Master these key steps and essential preparation to move your deal through the pipeline and schedule the closing. This will ensure everything is set for a smooth transition to closing day. So as a real estate processing manager, the real estate transaction or the deal is assigned to me once there is an accepted offer and all contract paperwork has been executed. In the last 4 years, I have successfully managed 1,145 real estate transactions to closing. In the first video of this series, I gave you the 5 stages of managing a real estate transaction that have helped me and others get deals to the closing. In my last video, I gave you tasks and strategies to avoid making mistakes in the stage I call moving right along. I talked about the importance of inspection response deadlines and how to avoid missing one, how to obtain repair quotes and getting those repairs scheduled, getting the appraisal results, and continuing great communication, including momentous updates. Go back and watch that video because it had some really great tips. I'll chalk my low views up to my title or my thumbnail choice, but really make sure you check out that video. Today I'm breaking down what I call stage 3, approaching the finish line. What I cover in this stage is going to set the tone for the closing of this real estate transaction. So here we go. Task and strategy number 1. By this point, you should be in receipt of the title insurance commitment from the title insurance company. Doesn't matter if you represent the buyer side or the seller side, you should have a copy and take the time to review the commitment. If you represent the seller side and there is anything funky, check in with the title company on what is needed to clear the objection. Then this could involve communicating with our client to get details. Rather than get in between a seller and what the title company might require, my strategy is to let them communicate between themselves. There isn't likely anything I can do to resolve a title issue, but I can introduce this conversation. In my area of business, the title company secures all mortgage payoffs that the sellers owe. This could be different in your area. Task number 3. Call the buyer's lender and get their appraisal results. Did it come back at value? Are there any conditions of the appraisal? Is the loan clear to close? That is a crucial question. This tells me if all loan conditions have been met and if the underwriter has signed off on everything and we can proceed to the closing. Make sure you ask that question. Task number 3. Now I follow up on any repairs that were agreed to. Have these been completed? And if so, I need completed work invoices. Obviously, if I represent the buyer, I would ask the listing agent for these completed work invoices. However, if I represent the seller and our seller ordered repairs, I would be checking in with the vendors to collect these completed work invoices. Upon receipt, I will be emailing these to the buyer's agent and to the title company or escrow agent so they can be collected on the closing statement if they have not been paid. If I represented the listing side and the property was staged, once we were successfully through the inspections and the appraisal, I would schedule to have the staging pulled. I've provided an ebook for those that want to manage real estate transactions using stages, tasks, and strategies that I use. Just click on the link below the video description. If you have a question or a topic that you'd like me to cover, leave a comment below. And make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss upcoming videos or digital products that I will post to help you. Now that I've confirmed that the lender is clear to close and I know that the repairs have been completed, I am ready to schedule the closing. I'll confirm in writing with our client and our agent about their availability and also confirm with the co-op broker. Then I'll reach out to the title company or escrow agent and ask them to schedule this and email closing confirmations to all parties, including the buyer's lender. Years ago, this happened in my processing department. One of my processors scheduled the closing with the title company after confirming with our buyer's agent and the buyer's lender and the cooperating agent. Closing confirmations were issued by the title company and everything was set to go. But the morning of the closing, when the buyer's closing statement came in for review, yes, it was late, especially because the closing was later that afternoon. When the processor emailed the buyer the closing statement and the final closing details, the buyer responded that no one had told him that the closing had been scheduled and that he was out of state on company business. Yep, somehow that slipped the processor and no one had told the buyer. Moral of my story, confirm the confirmation with all parties. I know I promised these stages in daily videos, and this one is a little late. I had some life get in the way and then catching up from the holiday weekend. But I'm back on track and I'm going to finish out this series. Then I plan to give you a life update and possibly some content tweaks on my channel are coming. But we've made it all the way to having the closing scheduled, and next time it is closing time.